Greetings to readers, viewers, and listeners, and welcome to this next edition, or I should say, this edition of a relatively brand new segment here on the Autistic SuperChannel. It's called "The Power of the Prompt." Most people who have seen this before know the story, but for those who don't, I'm part of the Autistic Super blog, and which is at WordPress.com. And one of the things that they do on WordPress.com is to give you prompts to kind of give your best answer to something. And this one, the 58th power of the prompt, is it gives me a question that I'm really thinking about as I'm thinking about this. It says, "What are you passionate about?" I could tell you right now, this is an easy one for me to say. This is an easy question for me because there's a lot of things that I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about poetry, obviously. I'm passionate about game shows. I'm passionate about I'm passionate about at helping others, but I'm also passionate on my self-care more than anything else. I mean, it's taken me a long time to realize this, like 2 years from now, but I've kind of figured out that I need to be passionate not only about helping others and making a difference, but I also need to be passionate about my self care. Like, but when it comes to being passionate about something, of course I am passionate about my poetry. I mean, read longtime viewers of the Autistic Super Channel and the Autistic Super blog know this for a fact that I'm very passionate about my poetry. I always feel like I want to give everything I have to my poetry. I mean, I want to give everything I have to my poetry to make sure that what I'm feeling is resonating with other people. It's one of those things that I really care about. Um, Another thing I really care about is making a difference in people's lives. It's the reason why I do the literacy program for the Arkman Hudson. And just as recently as earlier today, I was actually part of the dream team at SUNY Ulster. They were doing a showcase for they were doing an art showcase for people with disabilities, which today is International Day of People with Disabilities. And I thought that it was really I was really honored and touched. They asked me to be a part of this, and I gotta give a shout out to Chirp, Lion, uh, Luca, um, Kate Lucas Savage. I mean, really wonderful people that I feel really fortunate to be a part of when it comes to when it came to this project. Um, and just to know that people were there to not only see them but also see me too, just really made me feel like I was making a difference. That I was honoring my two late mentors. God rest their souls. Um, Larry Burke, God rest his soul, and Dr. Tom Davis, God rest his soul. And that's and that kind of that's kind of what drives my passion when it comes to doing things like the power of the problem, like poetry packed out, like um the Advent Hope, which by the way I've recorded another episode of that. I'm going to be working on other episodes too, but I want to be able to make sure that I honor the individuals that feel my passion. Like, I really want to make sure that whatever people are thinking or feeling about me, I want to be able to make sure that I make a difference in people's lives. I want to be able to make sure that I can help others in need. I want to be able to make sure that I can that I'm not hoarding everything all to myself. That I'm not like living I'm not living as a millionaire or anything like that, by no means. But I also want to make sure that I'm not hoarding everything to myself. I mean, I am long since of the belief that of novus oblige, that those that can give should, or those that have the ability to give back to the community should. And I think that's what kind of drives me when it comes to what I'm passionate about. I'm also passionate about my faith too, as you can probably tell from the Advent Hope and the Letters for Lent. I want to be able to make sure that I've seen televangelists and I've seen people that are passionate, but they're too passionate. They're not willing to hear the other side. They're just hammering down their own ways of thinking, but not making it relatable. And I want this, and I want, if I'm passionate about something, I want it to be authentic. I want it to be myself as you hear me, as you see me, as you read me, and I want to make sure that the messages that I give are loud and clear. So I guess that's what's gonna answer the question of what I'm passionate about. But I'm also passionate about quality. I want to be able to make sure that I'm not giving like 100 things that are just average. I want to give 10 or 12 things that are really good. But I want to give everything to all I've got when it comes to my passion for what I am as an autistic individual. I want to be able to make sure that I empower. I want to make sure that I share my presence to kind of give people hope. And that's kind of another thing that I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about hope as well, which also should tie into my faith too. So, with that being said, I know I'm rambling on, dear readers and viewers, and please forgive me on this, but I wanted to make sure I answered the question and make sure you all know that I'm passionate about my art. I'm passionate about my poetry. I'm passionate about game shows. That I'm passionate about helping others, but I also want to be passionate to on my faith as well and my hope. So that's going to do it for this version of the Power of the Prompt. If you like these videos, please check me out here on the Autistic Super Channel on YouTube. I'm also on Blue Sky, X, Twitter, all that good stuff, Instagram, and you can check out all my videos on the Autistic Super blog to WordPress.com. Until next time, dear readers and viewers and listeners, stay safe, stay strong, and as always, shine on.